Hello guys and welcome to the ESL One Mumbai Indian Qualifiers, where we are watching a beautiful best of 3 for the upper brackets between ROG Titans and LXG esports. As we just see a literal ROG ad, we get to watch their team perform. These teams, though not as well known or perhaps as well loved as the guys at Signify, do have some big name sponsors behind them, and because of them they do have the potential power to become a much better team. A lot of potential here that is important in the Indian scene. The second best of 3 will decide who gets to play against Signify in the upper bracket finals and who gets to play against coming soon in the lower brackets. Let's see who's going to be the winner of this engagement. We're here in the ESL official channel, so feel free to give it a like, a subscribe, or a follow, depending on what source or media you're streaming this on. And my name here will be the Swordfish. I'll be your caster for today. I'll be joined by Wingblade Dota. How are you doing, Wingblade?
I'm alright, we just had a nice best of 3.
Yep.
Let's see if this one can eclipse it.
Yeah, exactly, that's a great way. Let's see if this one can eclipse it. I do agree, that was a very, very enjoyable best of 3 in my opinion. I think it was a pretty... just a pretty solid performance of both teams, you know. It surprised me very, very positively. And LXG and ROG now have to kind of live up to that standard. How's the draft looking for now? We're seeing a Kunkka again, this time Kunkka Leshwek again. Doing that weird... is it a support? Is it a mid play?
It's probably gonna be mid Kunkka.
Yeah.
Because we discussed it last time, but making position for a Kunkka work in the laning stage is just very difficult.
Yep, you're totally right. And the Bane will combine nicely with both, right? So you do get a very nice support to go with them. Their lineup right now looks slightly oriented against the pick-off side, with a lot of pushing power to boot and a bit of teamfight survivability. Let's see what is ROG running. The classic Juggernaut Lich lane, that disgusting combination, together with Nurse Spirit as well in the off lane. They're starting with pretty strong lanes, these guys.
Yeah, I think Jug Lich is one of the best lanes you can pair against Sven Lesh. Because Jug can just dodge the combo, and if Sven or Lesh is ever out of position, they'll just get slowed and cut to pieces by Jug. I have to say, I do really like LXG esports lineup so far. They just have a lot of stuns, which is a good way to win Dota.
Yeah, it's a very good point. They have setups as well for some of these stuns which are less reliable. Good team fight. I agree. It's nowadays especially you see a lot of lineups that don't have that many stuns. Actually, surprisingly, it's very common to go with much more roots, less disables, less, like hard disables like a stun. So stuns are always very gratifying. ROG Titans will run Nature's Prophet now as the second support, as if you didn't have. Oh no, sorry, never mind. As the offlaner. Okay. So what is he gonna be playing against?
It's probably gonna be against the Bane, unless they swap around on LXG. Because ideally you don't really want to have this Sven Lesh against the Jug Lich,
No.
because the potential is kind of wasted. So if possible, you want to lane it against the Nature's Prophet for sure, especially because Bane can't really deal with the treants at all. So yeah, a lot of it is already gonna come down to scouting the lanes and reacting accordingly.
That treant is actually going to be, like you mentioned, the lack of lane clear here for the Bane. They're going to have to rely on the Leshwek and the Sven, but they're not going to deal too badly. They just profits that goes for the offlane, either goes for utility or kind of a split pushing team fighting oriented with an Orchid, perhaps Maelstrom kind of build. The split pushing here is a bit difficult with the Kunkka, Leshwek and Sven, but the team fighting oriented lineup or build is still very useful. Last picks here, and we need a mid laner for ROG, I believe.
Yep.
No Pugna, no Monkey King, no OD.
And there's a lot of options, because Kunkka has some pretty shitty matchups against some heroes. Like, if they want, they could even put an Ursa against him, or they could pick something like a Razai.
Yeah. Huskar.
That being said, the two arguably biggest counters in Monkey and OD have been taken out of the pool. Which, it's also surprising to me that ROG didn't pick one of those heroes before the Prophet.
I agree.
But I guess they had another idea to deal with Kunkka and Shadow Fiend.
Okay.
Generally, Kunkka is considered a counter to Shadowfiend, so this is a very interesting pick. I mean, I love this hero. I play it a lot myself, but Kunkka is definitely one of the tougher lanes.
Yeah, I mean, Shadowfiend does have that option that if you happen to get a Miracle last sitting early on, right, and you just get the raises, you can technically harass Kunkka out of lane in the best.
So I think the play here is summoning Treants, sending them to Roche, letting Roche hit them to half HP, and then denying them with Shadowfiend.
Oh, that is a good point. I didn't think of that.
Easy souls. You get
Easy
like
souls.
6 souls and you waste 6 Treants. And like 2 minutes.
And what are treants even used for? Like scouting? Like, is that even useful?
Scouting,
We're not playing StarCraft.
pressure, that kind of stuff.
You don't need that. A real man doesn't play with scouts. A real man just waits until whatever is happening to him happens. Okay, that last pick of Terrorblade I'm not a big fan of either, to be honest.
It's okay. If they can shut down the Shadowfiend,
Yeah, then it's okay.
no one is going to kill this Terrorblade. But if the Shadowfiend somehow gets like a Hex and some magic damage in, the TB is gonna struggle. But overall, I do really like this pick because there is no like great ganking potential on ROG Titans. Like they have an Earth Spirit and maybe a Fury on TP, but that's not going to be enough to kill a Terrorblade. So overall, I greatly prefer this LXG esports lineup, even if I do like seeing Shadowfiend being played. I just don't really see how they're gonna make this work, but we'll see.
I have to agree. I think LXG has a better lineup. I'm not the biggest fan of the Terrorblade pickup, just because of the possible threat that Shadowfiend has, and the fact that Juggernaut now has a much more hybrid build. We've seen people play with much more either hybrid magical or full magical. I mean, we've seen Miracle play that and win a game with it. And that is a way to deal with Terrorblade. If you get quick level 20, well, I say quick, as quick as you can get a level 20, you start dealing a lot of damage. Sun doesn't go through BKB anymore. I don't know if they're going to go as creative as that, but...
You just need quick level 20 Shiva's Radiance on Jug, and then you're all set. Easy.
Exactly. I can farm that in 10 minutes if you give me free farm in a game. Against easy bots, it only takes me 10 minutes to farm that.
Right, so I do wanna give some attention to this Shadowfiend build, because I think this is the correct way to play against Kunkka. If you go for Necro Mastery level 1, it means that all your creeps are gonna get denied, you have no damage, you have no pressure. But if you go for this build, Double Branch, Circlet, Mango, and you skill Races level 1, that means that you can... well, you would hope to get no creeps denied by the Kunkka, so you hit your level 2 when your wave is pushing into the enemy tower, and you're gonna be able to get souls a lot easier, even though you just got raised level 1. On top of that, you have 265 gold left right now, so if you last hit like 2 creeps in the first wave and like 3 in the next wave, you're gonna have your bottle, and at that point you're gonna be in a decent position.
Okay, that's I like having this very high level analysis of the Shadowfiend. I really can't comment on this because you will know better, but it is a very good point that you mentioned. The fact that you would go Shadow Razors to potentially counter the Kunkka, especially when his denies are strongest, which is that level 1 where you're really concentrating only on denying. Those Razors really give you a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I probably played more Shadowfiend Dispatch than is good for my MMR, but I do know how to lane him.
How do you think his Shadowfiend Dispatch? Well, like if it was in a Kunkka mid, would you say it'd be an okay pick, meta-wise?
I wouldn't pick it into Kunkka, but some teams have proven that Shadowfiend can be really strong in this patch, especially Gambit. They run like the safe lane Visage on top of the mid Shadowfiend, and they hit this really powerful timing with Greaves on the Shadowfiend, the level 15 talent, and they just go push. However, that could be difficult in this game. That being said, it's not impossible. They do have a Jug and a Prophet, so they have a pretty strong pushing timing.
I would say after watching... Wait, Jug is going to steal this rune? Stormhammer? Not going to try. In the top lane, Terrorblade's trying the same thing, and no, Clicker, the guys from ROG are just a bit faster. Nice steal though from the Leshrac. Actually gets the bottom lane. Parasite, slowed down by the Frost Shield. They don't have Blade Fury just yet. They need another Rolling Boulder. They don't have it either, so he's gonna make it out alive. Pretty fast hero, took advantage of that, clever. Just talk about Gambit. They are hero. They are a team as well that really knows how to pressure lane. I mean, another great pick is their Alpha Ninja Razor in general. They can take advantage of these kind of heroes a lot more than I think the average team. So,
seeing there we get the range creep blasted from the Shadow Fiend.
That's super important.
Exactly what you want.
Yeah, you actually forced the Kunkka Tidebringer early, as opposed to him using it for denials. Okay. He's still getting the denies. I guess he's quite confident against a Shadow Fiend, but it's very difficult. You can't out-deny. Oh, he actually went for the greedy last hit there. You can't out-deny a Shadow Fiend early with raises unless you have Tidebringer.
Even with Tidebringer, it's 90
difficult.
damage. You don't have 90 damage with Tidebringer. It's only 86.
Yeah, but it does get to the point where like that's like small amount. Like you have much more chances, right? Is what I mean. Using Tidebringer so early to harass the Shadow Fiend is more of like he knows what build he went for and he's trying to put pressure as well. Because the issue here is raises, of course, also give you pressure against the Kunkka. It's not only last hits they're giving you, which is huge. Look how many last hits is actually missing this Kunkka. The Shadow Fiend's actually getting more denies. Wow, that's not expected.
This is very sloppy by Kunkka. This shouldn't be happening.
No, his Tidebringer is not being used.
Having 5 souls, 6
Ooh.
souls at 1 minute 30. That's kind of tough. And now he has his bottle too, so it's only gonna get tighter for Kunkka.
And Kunkka is a melee hero, right? So he does suffer from the same thing that most melee heroes suffer against Shadow Fiend, which is the raise combo destroying him.
Sure. Once he gets some braces in, he's gonna be fine. And when he hits his level 5, Shadow Fiend's gonna have a high time regardless.
Look how he ate his mango right as his bottle comes in and just put a bit more pressure. Clever. He's just trying to get that torrent off, but he's not being too successful. Honestly, I will say that...
Oh, there is a regen run bot.
Bottom lane, they actually get the kill onto the Lich. I just almost missed that. They get the... Was it double stun? Yeah, double stun and just hit him to death. Lich is relatively vulnerable early. Juggernaut can't really do much but offer damage. And against a Sven Leshrac, like, you have a lot of killing potential, but not with level 1 Blade Fury. Now with level 2, a bit more. Yeah, Frost Shield, there we go. Now you can actually start hitting the Sven. TP's immediately, nice! Because that was before the Blade Fury was committed there. And now they're going for Parasite again. They do have a Blade Fury ready this time, but wow. The creeps! The creeps! ZXC is like, I can't get through! These fatties are blocking my way.
A lot of action happening on top.
Yeah, they almost killed both
heroes
supports.
Escaping by the skin of their teeth.
Hunter's like, nope, I'm not staying for this curry. Not gonna be greedy. Oh, never mind. He's gonna be even more greedy with that teleport. Hunter, no! He's not gonna evolve into Gengar. He's gonna get the kill though onto this Bane. But I think he might die as a result. He got the reflection off. Is he gonna get the deny? He tries. Oh, the creeps give the vision, so LFT can get the last hit. No high ground miss.
That was nice. He first the meta. I think it was a level 1 meta as well.
Yeah, it was. I think as well. And you also get the... I mean, you get the experience there. You know, it's not that bad. You didn't die before you got the support kill. Ideal, but you're supposed to put pressure here as a Nature's Prophet anyway. You're gonna farm out later. Rolling Boulder, wow, misses Pasot for now surviving this. Adrenaline Rush still hitting him hard. Or Venom helping Hunter get this kill. Reflection though also ensures LFT can do so. He does the same thing again. Hunter has the courage of a brave warrior. Taking down Bane, no problem. He's not afraid of this. In the bottom lane, oh, they're gonna go for a kill as well. So seemingly Parasite, easy kill when you get the Frost or the Frost Shield out. In the top lane.
He did not have a TP, but even if he did, there is a Sinister Gaze now, so no escape anymore.
Yep. I really like how this lane has been played, by the way. You start out with Frost Shield being kind of harassment and Jug just auto attacks, and then finally when you get the Sinister Gaze, you can actually commit to Blade Fury. Because you can't TP out of it anymore. Very good. What are they planning on doing? Is this... Okay. Is ZXZ? Is he guarding the rune? Yeah. He has Blade Fury. Okay, he doesn't even want to commit it. Yeah. They're really taking advantage of this. I'm trying to win this lane as much as they can. I mean, they know that Shadow Fiend is also winning that middle lane. Well, not winning, but as far as I'm concerned, considering this matchup, he's winning.
Yep. He had a good start, and now it's starting to get more difficult, but he got what he wanted from this lane. Now he can just raise and go jungle.
Exactly.
I'm really intrigued to see his build though, because I've seen a lot of different builds on Shadowfiend.
Okay,
Like we mentioned the Greaves before, but there is also the Shadow Blade. You can get drums, you can get BKB, you can even get Midas here.
yeah. We're gonna see the bottom lane is Gaze that doesn't really stop Parasite. It just coerces him to go for the Lich. Okay, nice. Split Earth, almost taunting him out. Not getting the stun out on Lich, who evades it. Well, would have evaded it anyway. It could be this game could be a good Yule Scepter build against Lesh and Kunkka.
I don't think Yule Scepter is good on Shadowfiend anymore.
Really?
You spend 3,000 gold and you basically get no fighting power. Looks like he's gonna go for the Guiding Greaves build, which means the lineup is gonna be a timing based one. I would not expect to see any Midases on the ROGs.
No, you don't have heroes that particularly want them anyway. I mean, Jog Midas, how often do you see that?
More often than I would like to admit.
Okay, that's the best answer to that question. LFT fighting a Dylan Rush in the top lane, use a meta with 2 illusions for now. They take out the illusions. They don't take out the last illusion. Finally, Hunter getting rid of it. LFT still looking for the skill. Eats a Tango to go further. Nice Sprout. And the body block from the tree is not too great for now. Rolling Boulder will fix this up. And there we go. Adrenaline Rush comes in for the last hit. That's done really useful. Now, as Silence as Bane got caught in the trap, Basot gets the Brain Sap out. But in exchange for his life, it's okay, you're getting a lot of farm to Hunter. Like you mentioned, time-based lineups, Hunter definitely needs to get his timing off. The Vlads especially.
Looking good. You are a true friend.
Well, in the bottom lane, we're gonna see Lich just getting close to Pink, man. It might style for the skill because they did rotate an Earth Spirit here, and Sven could be in trouble. Snares the gates to start off. Silence as well. There's the Blade Fury plus the Frost Shield, slowing him down with the Boulder Smash. Pinkman will go straight to the graveyard. And then left with Nature Prophet completely alone in the top lane, but he's not concerned. Even though Parasite rotated here just to deal with his creeps, the Bane has such a terrible time dealing with these Nature's Prophet traits. Can't really do much. Kunkka has to rotate. They take advantage of the rotation down bottom. Pretty clever. Split Earth with a Torrent. Oh no. Torrent plus Ghost Ship. Screw the Split Earth. They just guarantee the Ghost Ship there. And the last hit goes to Kunkka.
This is definitely the correct play. They need to realize that the Terrorblade's the hero who's going to win the game, so you need to secure his game. Like, I would not expect a dual lane on bot anymore. As we can see, Sven is just dying, and having a Lesh there is not gonna do anything. Just secure the Terrorblade's farm and try to stop the push timing somehow. I don't think placing Terrorblade mid against Shadowfiend is a great idea though.
I just missed that.
They just rotated 4 heroes to secure top and then they put TB mid, but I'm not kidding when I say that Terrorblade might be the worst possible matchup. I mean, SF might be the worst possible matchup for TB to lane against, because he has like 900 magic damage at this point, and TB has a lot of armor but only 800 HP. So he just dies to triple raise.
On top lane, there's a fight going on. I'm such as ready, but we're not going to continue this. And you're totally right. I mean, it's more than 900, right? 900 plus here with a triple raise. So, because each one deals around what, 450, I think. Oh no, it's less. So you have the 300, 380.
Total, it's 1160 magic damage.
Okay, great. That's fantastic. You know that.
That is correct.
I believe you. You're the Shadowfiend picker here, so you know. I'm assuming you've calculated that for your games. Like, I got this one because I calculated this beforehand. And the TB has 820 health, so you can do your math. 25% damage reduction will not save the TB here. In the bottom lane, though, they're also letting this Fang completely alone, and they're taking advantage of this. Pinkman is just becoming the farm for this Juggernaut, destroying him yet again. You don't want to give Jug this much early advantage. This is pretty dangerous.
And he is going for a drum, so even he is fully committing to this push strategy. Shadowfiend almost has his mech, Jug is gonna have a drums, and at that point it's gonna be go time.
Oh, nice silence on the Leshrac. The Ghost Ship will hit, yes, Nature's Prophet is in trouble. No more Frost Shield on him to stop that damage, and he's gonna go down. But from behind comes the initiation here with the Juggernaut. He has Omnislash ready, home for the easiest kill. Apparently, Sinister Gaze will find the Bane. Support. If they only had a bit more catch, they just need a bit more. That Frost Blast hurting Pasorqua a lot. One last hit for the Jug. Oh, Brain Sap! just to delay them even further. Okay. I mean, ZXC still gets that kill, and you have a Jug super farm, like you mentioned, the drums. Really valuable item now, like it's picked up on a lot of carries, and especially on Jug, where a lot of heroes are actually, or pro players are actually valuing the movement speed, even over the stats. Like the 20 movement speed talent's getting picked up a bit more. Blade Fury is seeing more play. And they're gonna find that tower in the bottom lane. Easy for them to do.
Yeah, how do you stop this on the LXG side? You don't have the deep push to split out and torrent the waves. It's not gonna do much. You need to literally commit the boat to deep push, and that's not something you want to do.
That's a good
when
point.
The Greaves arrive, even a boat is not gonna kill the wave if you time it correct.
Yeah, you have to go for. I mean, I guess the issue here is you're trusting a bit more on your 5-on-5 and to come out of an early game like better because you have a Kunkka versus Shadow Fiend, right? But Shadow Fiend managed to get this lane pretty well, so he's an effective hero. He destroys your Terrorblade, so he can't pretty much can't go in team fights. He even goes for a Guardian Greaves build, so he can put more pressure. It's a very difficult situation to be facing if you are LXG.
The Nature's Prophet is going for a Midas though. Could have gone for Crimson.
No, he went Vlad's instead.
Oh, he changed his mind to Vlad.
He literally just heard you Wingblade, and I was like, what? Midas? No.
He just had someone whisper in his ear, well, Wingblade said that they're probably not gonna build any Midases, so you should probably change.
Yeah, you don't want Wingblade to look wrong on stream, man. What kind of a terrible person are you? So, I mean, I like the Vlads more than the Midas. I mean, we mentioned this, right? You have Guardian Greaves, you have drums. You have to go for the Vlads early, right?
Yep. They can just take every single outer tower right now. And he queued up a pipe next. Like, this timing is gonna be so strong.
Yep. Because then when does your damage come from? Or where does the damage come from? You can't deal magical damage. You can barely deal physical damage as is, right? It's essentially Terrorblade, but you can't let the Terrorblade fight in your team fights. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, this TB needs a lot. He needs to find space somehow. His team has to play as 4 heroes, try to get pick off somehow. Because if you let them come close to towers as 5 heroes, it's too late.
Okay, tower goes down in the mid lane. LXG. Oh, there's the Boulder Smash missing completely, but ROG still wants to go for this kill. Boulder Smash with a Yo-Yo of Death catching the Bane. And Puzzle will go down. Oh, Nightmare. Hey, forgets that you can't deny yourself anymore, so at least he got a bit more space for his team. There's the Ghost Ship. Shadow Fiend just tanks it because he's like, I can do this, guys. I have mech now. It's all good. It's all good. I'll take the Ghost Ship.
Even as the Arcane Rune mech, so
yeah.
If they want to, they can just start hitting high ground.
Oh, it's true, because now the stack limit is now tied to cooldown. Wow, huh? So the mech's actually been buffed, you can do that now. Before you used to not be able to, remember? Because you would get the cooldown reduced, but the debuff would still.
Yep. That's also why Guardian Greaves became so much stronger. Because the cooldown on Greaves is only 40 seconds. So you can use it way more often.
Yep. And it combines nicely with any cooldown reduction talents.
Yep. Once you hit level 25, which admittedly doesn't happen that much when you go for this build.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right. I actually never seen a level 25 Shadow Fiend with this build just because it's just you win so early, right? Like this Shadow Fiend's a lane dominator when you go for this build ideally.
Yep. Your timing is when you hit level 15 and you get the building aura.
Oh, Lich could be in trouble. Chain fast before he dies, but unfortunately there was nothing to bounce on. Then the kill passot, Kanekis, and then be able to TP out. Rolling Boulder, a bit too late. That TP, and they actually missed both TPs because of that Rolling Boulder. Oh well, I mean it's not that big a deal. You do lose a support for support. I guess you wasted Chain Frost, but
LXG is fine with this because TB is farming at the same time.
That's true.
As you can see, he's still 1000 gold behind the Jug, and he's going to have to pretty much solo carry this, and he's not in a position to do that right now. He needs another 10 minutes of uncontested farm at least.
That's asking for a lot in a lineup that's going for this kind of build, right?
Yep. Especially Shadow Fiend 200 gold away from Guardian Grace.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, how long till they start pressuring high ground? You know, just to force you to fight on 5-on-5. Obviously,
I think
out of
they
time
want
first.
to wait for an Aegis as well as level 15 on Shadow Fiend. That's when you can go.
Like you mentioned, that presence aura affecting buildings is a huge buff.
Has been one of the most underrated talents. You always saw Shadow Fiends go for the movement speed, even if they were pushing, but now people are starting to realize that, hey, if you remove half of the armor for a tower, it drops a lot faster.
Who knew, man? Crazy. Oh, LFT is gonna be killed off there. Fighting the Terrorblade like that actually is crucial. ROG can keep the chokehold onto you, get a secure Roshan, and make sure the Terrorblade is not farming in the meantime. This is not good. There's also a lot of magical damage on ROG's lineup right now, and no pipe carrier, because Sven has decided to go for a Vanguard, which makes Terrorblade super vulnerable. I'll be honest, I would rather have a pipe on Sven right now than him going for the Crimson Guard.
I beg to differ on this one, because you're gonna be facing a push, and when they're hitting your high ground, it's kind of nice to have the Crimson Guard on your towers as well.
That's a fair point.
Rip coming out on Jug.
Nice Fiend script. They do the spread though, and comes Hunter's like, hey, are you bullying my friend? Yeah, don't touch him. 2 supports almost kill off ZXZ, but they have a hard time dealing with a healing ward, and now ZXZ is back on the prowl to try to kill them. Hunter has prowl for vision. They don't actually need it. They can't get him in time. Rolling Boulder again, just a bit late. They Garden Greaves for pleasure. And they can at least try to threaten the high ground, maybe they just profit here a bit, force them to go back.
Shadow Fiend going for Yules next. This is kind of strange.
I told you.
Getting Greaves into Yules.
You should have listened to me. Pro Shadow Fiend player. 2k more caps. Clearly some knowledge here.
Credit where credit is due.
No, I think the idea here is not necessarily that he would go for this build normally, but just because it stops the Kunkka. And Yules is just so good against the Kunkka.
I would have personally preferred to see a BKB for the same purpose,
Yep.
but Yules is cheaper.
Okay, they're gonna take this Roshan now, but it's a bit difficult because he lost the air spread here in the mid lane. Oh, Pinkman. Finding him with a Chain Frost. It bounces to the Bane once, that's all they need. They're gonna get 2 kills.
That was very optimistic to run into the
Yes.
like that.
Air spread is gone, guys. We can beat them now. Oh, wait, no. They still have a Shadow Fiend with Garden Greaves.
One fun trick you can do as a Shadow Fiend when you're roshing is to like delay your races, so you can keep the debuff active. If you do it like that, your races are gonna keep stacking up pretty much like a magic damage Fury swipes.
I did not know that. That is super cool. Right, because stack duration is 8 seconds, right? So yeah. Huh.
If you use all 3 of them like instantly,
You don't get
the
it.
debuff is gonna run out, but if you delay it a little bit, it's gonna keep stacking up. Especially when you have like an arcane.
Yeah. I mean, with Arcana Rune, you should be able to stack up perpetually, because it should go down to 7.5 no matter what. Like, you can just use all 3. But yeah, you have a very good point. I never thought of that. That's really cool, actually. Now, let's think of magic Fury swipes. Obviously, you require that mana, though, which is usually the big deal, but...
Yeah.
I mean, you went for Greaves. Yeah, went for Greaves, actually. Yeah, I don't know what I'm concerned about. I was thinking, maybe Yolster was also picked up for that, but no, SFS Greaves, you don't really need that extra mana regen at all.
You just buy 12 mangos.
Yeah, typical 12 mango Shadow Fiend build.
You can just go level 1 Roche with Shadow Fiend. You just buy only clarities and mangoes.
You think that's actually possible? I mean, not that it's viable, but is it possible? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Well, now we need to do that in a practice lobby. Kaneki coming in with a torrent. He's been silenced. Yep. And he couldn't export the spot himself out in time, which means he received a fair amount of damage. Ghost Ship is still available. They have the Aegis now, like you mentioned, with the Aegis timing. Not quite level 15 Shadow Fiend, but they still push decently well. Kaneki comes in, destroys the healing ward, walks out. That's quite important though. Healing ward pretty much keeps this push going, but you have Garden Greaves as a second healing ward, so it's fine. Also Vlad's and Pipe.
Healing word was 5 seconds from running out.
Oh, yeah. Never mind then. I got too excited for that.
I really
little
like
kid.
those cheeky plays though. It's also like moral damage, you know?
Yeah, that's the big important thing, you know. I destroyed your kitty. Like, if someone kills my pet right in front of me, that'd be quite sad.
I would just go full John Wick. I'm not sure if it's smart.
Yeah, that's fine. In Dota, that's perfectly okay. Like, Juggernaut should have just attacked the Kunkka you're saying there. And you can't let them just kill your kitty like that. Okay, Earthspirit, terrible positioning there. I don't know what he was planning. I think getting good counter initiation.
He's so tanky. He's
yeah.
With the frost shield.
Okay, never mind. He's fine. You're right. Guardian Gaze gave him a lot of time. Chain Frost starts to bounce between them. They haven't killed anyone yet. Warka helping out a lot. The Amisash finally finishing off the Sven, but they only killed the Sven for an Earthspray. I mean, it's an okay trade for now. They can't really attack the Rax because there was no creeps there. Xbox spot onto the Jug, not the best target. And Basok dives to a raise as they also find the Leshwek in the backlines. Why? That was okay until you did those two plays. There's no way you need the Bane to lead the charge against the Shadow Fiend. Okay. Now the buybacks are obviously forced. Guardian Greaves to dispel the... to get a bit of healing and dispel that reflection. So they can walk off.
Aegis is still up. They have a lot of time.
Yeah. Not too stressed out, but I think they're waiting for the level 15 Shadow Fiend to be able to push, and they finally got it. Yeah. Now they should be able to take these towers a bit easier. ZXZ, what is he doing? Is he playing with the enemy team? He has Blade Fury, so they can't really catch him. The goal, maybe LFT in the middle lane. LFT is playing way too cockily against a Lich and Earthspray. Both do a lot of damage, no Magnetize yet though. LFT does have the Sunder. Ah, BKB used, plus Sunder. ZXZ comes in though. They have a Sprout ready. LFT got a bit too cocky with this Terrorblade. Sprout him in. Oh, wait, no Quelling Blade, no Quelling Blade. Oh, countered by the Sprout. Best BKB counter since 2019.
Meanwhile, the Shadow Fiend tried to go on the Lash. He had an Invis rune and he used the Lash trying to get a triple raise. However, two of the LXG teammates were close.
Kaneki got way too... What? The plan there was to, I guess, get the Q onto the Earth Spirit and back off, but I don't know how he was planning to get back off. He didn't have a Shadow Blade ready at all. He got way too greedy, and ROG punished him quite hard there. And they're even gonna find Parasite here, who's just playing around, doing the creep skipping. I mean, it's a good creep skip. It's very important, but they still got creeps near the tower, and now they have the Shadow Fiend with that talent, but sadly he's not in this push, unfortunately. ZXC will take this tower down. Still keeping the Aegis, going for more, apparently. Shadow Fiend TPing, getting close as possible. He's gonna stop Pinkman's push first. And they still have the trains as well to help out. And the bottom lane, Pinkman in trouble as ROG goes, or Shadow Fiend goes against them. Has the Yule Center, but no Requiem of Souls. Instead, the tower will fall at the bottom lane. Let's not forget Nature's Prophet also offers a lot of pushing power here with the treats. They go for Adrenaline Rush. Silence stop. Stops the Kunkka from following this up, and he couldn't express the spot properly. Very well played there with the silence. Now the Fear onto this Terrorblade, and the Shadow Fiend to join in. Nice Magnetize. BKB finally forced out of this Terrorblade. Still have Aegis on the Jug. But he's been Fiend's Grip. They want to take his Aegis away. He's just way too tanky. Shadow Fiend comes in. He has the Grease already used. And the Aegis expired yet again before they get that kill. I didn't actually see it expire. I think that expired right as they were getting the kill, no? Like barely 30 seconds around. Yeah.
I didn't really see.
Yeah, so it was
What I did see is the 2000 HP Earth Spirit just keeps baiting stuff like the Fiend's Grip and then gets frost shielded and survives through all the punishment. It's just beautiful to see. He just runs in, tanks stuff, and then goes back.
I mean, you have so much help, right? Like, a lot of your damage here from LXG right now is magical. Boom, pipe, done. The other part is Guardian Greaves, done. You know, like, you have so much sustain, and they're underestimating how much sustain, ridiculous amount of sustain, ROG is bringing to the table. We're gonna see a blink on Shadow Fiend next as well. What do you think of this? Full team fight.
I don't like it. I think if he went for something like a BKB or an AC instead of the Blink Duels, they would have an easier time pushing, because he could be the one hitting.
Okay, Pinkman there, tried to TP, but the Lich stopped the TP with Sinister Gaze. Good. I mean, it was a good idea if it wasn't because they were there. Pinkman goes down. Kaneki. There's no way to stop him, so he's gonna get away. And they actually killed the Terrorblade in the middle lane, who was again farming in a pretty precarious position and got punished for it. The positioning for LXG this game has been a bit disappointing, if I'm honest with you.
Yep. So one thing that you can do with the Blink Yules is try to pick off the Terrorblade. However, he has his BKB now, so that's probably not gonna work out all too well. Also, one thing about that combo is if you don't have a BKB and you commit Blink and Yules to try and kill someone and one of his teammates is close and interrupts you, you die every single time. So it's very risky without the BKB.
That's a very good point. They have a lot of ways to interrupt you right now with the Bane, with the Sven Leshrac. The issue is, I think they're winning by so much is like a win more build, right? Like if they come out of their base, if they try to do cheeky plays like these ones, for example, immediate kill. There's always going to be alone. And they can't take a team fight engagement either.
Yep.
It's a really difficult position. What would you do if you were LXG right now? Actually, wait. First, we're going to watch this poor Nature's Prophet. Oh, he's going to die here. There's a team fight that might be brewing. Kaneki's ready. Hunter gets root down, but tanks a lot. Tanks that Frost Shield as well. Here comes the Earth Spirit. Are they going to save their offlaner? Doesn't seem like they're committing too much. They don't want to fight here without Hunter, so they're just going to let him die. And let, in the top lane, the Shadow Fiend push. Right, sorry. What was LXG? What should LXG do?
To answer your question, I would just do that, you know. Try to pick off heroes. Don't let them assemble to try and take your high ground. And you need to try to go for a smoke when Roshan spawns. Like, we saw it there, the Yules.
Yeah.
And then he was like, actually, never mind.
He preserved the blink to get away there, though. So he didn't blink in, which was what saved him, essentially.
That's a good point. Also, the TB had a BKB, so it had a very low chance of succeeding. The only way you can kill someone with a BKB is either to time it literally perfectly, so like it pops the moment the frame of the Yules ends, or you can buy a Hex and Hex before your Yules. Because the Hex lasts for 3.5 and the Yules only 2.5.
I think the Hex here will actually be a really good idea in general. I wouldn't mind the Shadow.
I still prefer the BKB, and he is going for it now.
Yeah, BKB
if he
first.
Gets off his BKB, he literally cannot, well, figuratively cannot die.
Yeah. Thank you for correcting yourself. Proper grammar should always be respected. LXG will try to go for a smoke here, like you were mentioning, try to get a pick off, but this time ROG is smarter and they're going to stay together as a team. A bit difficult to actually catch him like this. They take out one of the offensive wards there and put their own Roshan ward. They want to make sure that nobody takes Roshan. In the middle lane, they do see the Nature's Prophet, but Terrorblade's also showing himself. This smoke from low to high ground, not the ideal situation. The Visual Blade's ready, they show it off the Bane. Nightmare already used, but with a Sinister Gaze, they guarantee the skill on the Bane. No more Fiend Script for this team fight. Now, the poor Terrorblade in trouble, has to use a Sunder in time, does get it off on the Earth Spirit. Here comes the Ghost Ship, will hit nothing, but the Captain goes roam, hitting two with the Night Split Earth. The Wrecking Assaults from the high ground, trying to kill off this poor Leshrac, and Leshrac will be the second to die in this engagement, together with the Earth Spirit, who buys back. LFT, no more Sunder, in a really bad positioning, gets hit from behind with a Rolling Boulder. Now silence onto this Konko, Yolsetter set up this kill, and Kaneki has nowhere to run, and will instead be sent right to the graveyard. LXG with a very bad engagement, can only kill the Earth Spirit, and at best, because the team fight potential that ROG has is too strong, and way too much sustain as well.
Yeah, that was quite questionable, especially the Terrorblade just committing to a tier 1 while two supports were hitting him. He got to half HP just from being Spirit Vessel.
Yep. With that, they'll take the melee Rex super easy. I don't know if LXG can really do anything but call GG here. Or if they should do anything but call GG. GG, well played. It's called. LXG, honestly, like, I think a bit of their play in the early game was sloppy. They could have played better. ROG Titans played a really interesting draft, and I think they played it to pretty much perfection. They knew what they were doing, and they played very cohesively what they were trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. They should have also tried to swap lanes on LXG. Like, we spoke about not wanting to have this Sven Lesh against Jug Lich, and they did get it, and they lost the lane, and they also struggled a lot top. So if they managed to swap the lanes somehow, scout the lanes, they could have done a better job. So they were playing on the back foot from the start.
Partially as well, the mid lane not going too well, and even though Shadow Fiend did play well with the build you suggested, it was also a bit of sloppy performance at the beginning by the Kunkka. It's unfortunate, but that sloppy performance can just, in the beginning, like missing 2 or 3 lasts on the Shadow Fiend is crucial, right? Not getting those denies, that advantage is very important. So,
For sure.
ROG wins this game. Congratulations to them. But there's still a game number 2 at the very least in this best of 3 to determine who's going to be the second winner bracket, or the winner bracket's finalist, I guess. Who's going to play against Signify. It's been us here for the ESL Indian qualifiers for ESL One Mumbai 2019. Hope you enjoyed the cast. My name is D Swordfish. I've been here with Wingblade and Dota, and we'll come back very shortly with the second game of the series between ROG and LXG. Stay tuned for more, and until next time, guys.